2017 has had its year of natural disasters, wildfires, and hurricanes, just to name a couple. And the American Red Cross has been there every step of the way. We're going to talk to them to find out how they've contributed and how you can too if you'd like.
This has really been an unprecedented year for the American Red Cross in terms of disaster response. In fact, what we've seen over this last year has been at the magnitude of the previous 4 years combined, with all the hurricanes, the wildfires, the mass shooting in Las Vegas is another high-profile event that we're involved in. So really, it's been an amazing year in terms of testing our capability, and we rose to the occasion. You know, we had hurricanes back-to-back this year, so a lot of what we did initially, it's sheltering. People have been displaced, they've been evacuated, thousands upon thousands of people that needed a place to sleep and needed to be fed. So we had, at one time, 15,000 volunteers across multiple states dealing with multiple issues with flooding, the aftermath of the hurricane damage itself. So the primary function was emergency relief. Mental health is a big part of what we do. You have people that have emotional needs on top of the physical needs. What was really interesting, we had all of this hurricane activity with all focus on the East Coast, the Gulf Coast region. Then all of a sudden there's wildfires in Northern California. So we literally were mobilizing people from coast to coast to address the needs of both of these situations. In fact, we would allocate resources in Texas all the way to California as things calmed down there a bit. We began to send volunteers directly up to the Sacramento area, and then in that particular part of the state where, you know, those wildfires, as we know, were causing all kinds of damage. And when you get on the ground and see the magnitude of the destruction, it's almost impossible to capture. Harvey is a good example. The footprint was huge, and the magnitude, the destruction. And then you go to Northern California. When you're there and you drive, and it's just on and on and on, and you look at the damage to the landscape and hundreds of thousands of acres, I mean, it's pretty amazing to see what Mother Nature can do. You know, you think of big disasters, hurricanes, floods, wildfires. The biggest disaster actually for the Red Cross that many people may not realize is home fires. Every 8 minutes somewhere we're responding 70,000 times a year. In Utah, every couple of days, but in some cities like Vegas, 2 or 3 times a day. So home fire is really the biggest disaster that we're up against. And so we really have to educate the public. And one of the things that we also do that people may not realize is free smoke alarm installations. That's been a big part of our agenda for the past couple of years, actually. The Red Cross is unique in that we're so volunteer-driven, 95% volunteer-driven, and there's no other non-government agency that really has the capability to do what we do. So when you have these multiple events, it was a good test to see how we could stand up to that. And we can't do it all alone. I mean, we partner with many different agencies, and it's a collaborative effort. So together, we met the challenge. Of course, we're always looking for more capacity, more volunteer support, and certainly financial support. 3 primary ways we're supported. First of all, it's all about the generosity of donors and volunteers. We're 95% volunteer driven. We get no government funding, so when we have these big disasters, they become very costly. We rely on the public, and foundations and grants and all that come into play. But people can also give their time, volunteer, and also blood. You know, time, money, blood. That's kind of the 3 central focuses of the Red Cross mission.
Special thanks to the American Red Cross and all they do to help keep people comfortable and safe after such disasters and tragedies. If you'd like more information on what they have to offer, like you said, go ahead and visit their website.